I had a lot of presentation, a lot of interview lately, so there are a lot of topic already said somewhere. So I try to get it short and concise to you to correct some mistake. Like did China ban silver this year? No, China did not ban silver. Okay, 2026. We want to promote silver, but we don't need to promote lies. So I'm going to give you a good picture. Hopefully we can finish a little bit early if you have some questions. We can go there. This is a disclaimer. I hope you read it carefully. So why silver pop? The major reason happened in about September, October of last year, when United States listed silver as a critical metal. There's a lot of newsletter, including newsletter writers saying silver is abundant, silver is never critical. On the internet, everywhere you can read you can Google that. A lot of people said that in the past few years. But why United States suddenly list silver as a critical metal? There's thinking behind it. People are smart. Okay, you see, there's millions of drones flying in Ukraine. If we start a third World War, unfortunately, if it starts, we will need billions of drones. We will need billions of robots. Each one has a microchip inside, and silver, take tiny little bit of silver, but if you times billion, there's not enough silver around. That's why not only United States, but China also listed silver as a critical metal just within a few weeks of United States announcement. So, as I said, China list silver as a critical metal, similar, put it in the same category as antimony and tungsten, but China did not ban silver this year, okay? China just listed, only allow 44 companies to export silver this year. Actually, they removed the export quota on silver, so actually make it easier to export silver, but at any moment notice, China can stop exporting silver. China produced more than 50% of the silver in the world. Why? Because China has smelter, right? Most of the smelters are in China, and silver are mostly byproduct from copper, from zinc. That's why China controls more than 50% of silver. So it is a silver bullet, what I said, loaded. Anytime China and United States break out, has some argument, silver could be banned. But China did not ban this year. So what is my target of silver? If it's just an industrial metal, I think $50 is pretty fair value. As long as we stay 50 for a few years, the production will catch up. Eventually, will balance out, right? $100 more silver is not norm for industrial metal. If you believe silver is industrial metal, because over $100 solar panel maker, for example, the biggest usage of silver will start to lose money, right? 140 is the death line. So anything over 140, solar panel industry will be finished. But, they will find a way to survive. But I'm just saying that as the industrial metal, 50 probably fair. But if critical metal can support up to 100, over 100, if you want to see prolonged silver price at above 100, silver need to be remonetized. So become a monetized silver, become a metal from precious metal again. We already saw Russia already declared silver as precious metal, and India has a recent move that allow Indian people to loan this year to loan silver to the central bank for money. That's actually semi-monetized. The key is to watch China. China has been using silver as money for thousands of years, has a history of using silver as money. So if China monetize silver, that's a big news. I think silver will stay triple digit for a long time. So that was my target. I put the target there 16 months ago. I went to Japan. There's a temple. I prayed. So I was praying for $50 silver. Okay, I was also praying for 3,000 gold. And actually, this gold hit 5,000, silver hit 100. It's beyond my dream. Okay, I will just tell you, this is crazy. So what is a very important day for all the silver investors? You have to understand why April 1st is very important. It's not April Fool. It's a date that China going to start tax export of solar panels. So before China's all the solar panel, all the export from China will be refunded, like the VAR will be refunded. Same thing in Canada. You go to United States, there's a tax-free shop, so they refund the VAR. That's normal, but China feel like we don't want to so much surplus. Whatever, for whatever reason, they chose April 1st as the day that will stop the VAR refund, which means after that, solar panel price will increase by 13%. What happened? All the demand of this year actually got pushed forward to this quarter and previous quarter because people heard of that before. So there's a massive production of solar panel right now. Use a lot of silver. Silver used more than 200 million silver. So that's actually exaggerate the current silver shortage. Okay, not just Indian buying, not just buying, but the solar panel are buying crazily amount of silver right now. But as soon as April 1st come, I see a lot of shops will be on vacation. Okay, they will retool their solar panel so that they will have less silver going forward. I'm pretty sure that. So this is a day you need to remember, and you need to buy physical silver. One thing I've been telling for years, that you can buy it very cheaply from United States government. I recently opened my old collection. You can see this. This is from Abundant Good Division in Massachusetts. I got those from auction many years ago. Of course, silver was $20. I got it for a few dollars, right? They just put a label there. You have to Google there to find out what's the silver content. Some of my friends got it below $1 silver. So you just need to pay attention. What happened was in United States, I don't know Canada, United States, if you died or if you don't take care of your safe in the bank deposit, right? Government just go there, open it up, and then they take it away. They call it abundant good. And then they just auction out regardless of the value. Some can be very valuable to you, but they don't care. It's their money, right? They steal your money. So on the other hand, you can go there and get some good bargain. This is one of the ways to get very cheap physical silver. So juniors, I think juniors are extremely undervalued. In Canada, partly because the TSX, if you remember, in past 2-3 years, TSX has huge discount to ASX. I have so many mining executives came to me say, we just sell our company to Australian listed company for 100% premium. Actually, for them, it's at a 70% discount, and everybody's happy. So we don't need to have a business in Canada anymore. Part of it because Trudeau, he almost single-handedly destroyed the junior industry. You know the story, right? Because Trudeau basically come in, tell the company, you cannot sell any asset to China, even if it's outside Canada, outside jurisdiction. I just do not allow it. So the company just one by one, they just exit Canada, or they couldn't raise money for whatever reason. So there's a huge discount from TSX versus ASX, Australia, or anywhere else. So we start on a very, very low base. You understand? Some people say, oh, my junior is double or triple. I sell, I walk away. Sometimes even a double, triple, it's still far away from fair value. So that's why you come here on the beautiful Monday, and then you check out the company. There's a lot of bargain out there. And also, there is a lot of people talking about interrupt the junior boom and bust cycle, especially from the United States government, also from U.S. investors. I hope people pay attention to the recent assistant to Trump at the Saudi Arabia speech. It's online. You can listen to that. So they're talking about government intervene or some mechanism at a very bad period. They will step in and help junior. So they disrupt the boom and bust cycle. So the bust we had in the past 3 years may never happen ever in your lifetime. So this could be one of the lifetime opportunity for you, for the older juniors. And I believe it could be a super cycle. For me, I manage my family asset. That's most of my business is. I write a newsletter on the side to spread my idea. And unlike most of newsletter writer, I don't get paid from the company. So I don't write elegant report. I can hire a writer, $1,000. I can write a very nice report. I don't do that. I basically tell you what to buy, where to buy. Okay, and one of the interesting trade from Trump is we have a midterm election. It's a life and death for Trump. It's coming this November. So I think Trump will keep oil price down until the midterm happens. So there are a lot of people telling you, let's sell the gold and silver, let's invest in energy. I couldn't disagree more, okay? So why don't you just invest in gold and silver, enjoy all the profit, and after midterm you look at oil. I think Trump will do anything he can to keep oil price low. Maybe natural gas price low as well, because his election agenda. Okay, so he will legalize marijuana. That is my trade. Marijuana, you see this the chart, a terrible chart, almost as bad as a junior, right? And that what happened was Trump say we will legalize. You see that you can see it's a little bit junk, but it doubled. So I happened to be prepared for that moment, and we got in below this happened. So it's still quite cheap. Okay, if Trump legalized marijuana, this could be a long way up. So this is my investment approach because of running, I don't have a lot of time. So this is my strategy in bull market. Right now, I have a lot of future, a lot of core options on producer, warrants on juniors, and junior stock, okay? So recently, I've been taking off future. Okay, I sold silver future at 100 last Friday. So I'm down to 1/4 of original my investment. I'm trying to sell some 150. We'll see, and up the rest. Okay, hopefully, I start selling about 60 something. Okay, I'm selling. I have a very big core collection of core options on mining companies, and they, like producers, right? They went up generally 5 to 10x. Some went up 13, 14x baggers. I sold a lot. I'm rolling back. Have a smaller position. I don't see it will go up forever. So in the next few months, I probably will sell the rest of the core options. But I think junior, there's a lot of opportunities out there. So AI, that's what I'm saying. You see Elon Musk looking at all his robots, all these need material, okay? So power, okay, this is we needed it. You see China has a huge advantage of power over United States. So United need to catch up. That's why copper is in demand. That's another area I'm very excited about. And this is from S&P Global. This is a detailed analysis published by S&P Global to where it comes from. You see, 50% is from electrification, right? And then there's only 10%. There's a big part of this missing. Do you know where they're missing? I don't want to be hard on S&P Global. As I said, I hammered Silver Institute before because their prediction was wrong. But S&P Global missed to put in the government stockpile, okay, because copper is a critical metal. Trump administration already said publicly they will stockpile critical metal. So there will be an additional demand coming from the government stockpile, not just United States, even Canada, if you want to defend your own country, right? So that will be additional demand coming. And this is a cover chart. This is McEwen mining actually went up a lot more now. I own the stock. I own the core options. That have been one of the happy trade in the past a few months. And critical metals, and I'm also rare earths. Okay, so this weekend, the United States government just announced putting money in the USA rare earths, right? This is a project in Texas. Actually, me and my subscriber used to own that in the prior generation, but market was so bad, actually took a loss and got out. They called the Roundup Round Top project in Texas. And then United States government just announced over the weekend they will invest in them. And then the stock was going up, and then it crashed, right? It's a big reversal day. Well, what happened? That happened so many times. I believe, okay, the Trump administration, there are a lot of corruption going on. A lot of people knew this was going to happen last week. So they're always selling on the news. It happened so many times around. So they just, there was up 50% USA rare earths, and then before I came to the podium, it was up 5%, because all these people who knew this around in advance, they sell it. They sell it in the hand. So actually, I own a lot of rare earth stock too. I set the alarm clock today at 4 o'clock, because that's when pre-market trading to sell it, but I couldn't get up. I was having too much fun in the weekend. So I got up a little bit at 5 o'clock. I sold a little bit. It was up 30%, and now it's down 20%. It happened very, very violently. I'm telling you, there's a lot of corruption going on. A lot of people know ahead of you. So you really need active trading in this period. But I think eventually, a lot of projects will be funded by United States government. Okay, so there's massive money on the sideline. I discuss all the, that's so far have a pretty record-breaking performance, and recently we had quite a few big wins in junior. Right? I mean, one thing I'm very proud of 2023, I picked number one stock in America. Okay, beat every single stock. It's biotech. So I mean, all the different sectors, and so that's why I can balance out. Right now, I have stock and core options on mining. But biotech, I'm playing defense. I have stock and covered core because, the stock, biotech is not that hot. And then the core option is very expensive, so I can take advantage of that. Generally, you write covered core and biotech, you get easily 50% return if the stock doesn't move. If stock you got caught, you can get more than 100%. But of course, you can also lose money if stock tanks. But so that's a risk we take. Anyway, I think I have 2 minutes left, and I can happy to take some questions from the audience. Yes, please. In the short position in the silver, I do not know. I know TD tried to short it. Actually, I mentioned that in my newsletter. When the rotation happened, $78, TD tried to short it, and then they got blown up at 92, right, after heavy losses. So there are always people trying to short. Right now, actually, the margin requirement on future actually make it short very, very difficult. Actually, I'm long. I long since $15. I can care less silver move $10. I don't care. But shorts does care because I have to put on the margin. They are a company, actually real company, they hedge silver. They hedge silver, but the hedge book is so big, actually more than their balance sheet. They could face in bankruptcy by hedging silver, not short, but hedging silver. So I think the shorts, I do not know, but they are having terrible time, to put it this way. What's my view on uranium? I own some uranium, but I'm not the super bull on uranium. I think uranium needs the small nuclear device to work. Okay, small nuclear device work, then all the robots can have a little, like a Back to the Future. Then the uranium will really go parabolic. You want to invest in something when they really take off. Right now, the takeoff, you take 5-10 years to build a new nuclear power plant, right? Most new nuclear power plant actually built in China. So that's a dilemma. I own some, but not a lot. But I think it's an interesting sector. Yeah. Right, developer, I start to sell a little bit. There's some red flag in developers. You can see, even you can talk to First Majestic, right? Early last year, they were buying back shares, and then late last year, they start selling their shares. That's one regular. This year, the guidance went way down because they use lower grade, right? That's another red flag. If you look at the past 20 years, those are the red flags to look for. So I have concern. I'd reduce them. But I think they're not pricing in $100 silver. They're probably pricing 40 to 50. Okay, it's about time. Thank you very much.